Alright everybody, here's another house update. It's Thursday, May 24th. Came over pretty much after I got off of work and started working. What I'm going to show you first, this is actually one of the last things I did tonight, but it's the easiest to explain, so just get this out of the way. This is the front room of the house, where I'm planning on making my computer room and office and everything. I got most of the paneling off of here. A couple more pieces of furniture moved upstairs. Most of the paneling off the walls. I mean, as you can see, it's the darker color that I first thought was a really, really bad mold. I think it is just paint, but the more you get up, the more plaster you get off here, you can tell it's all discolored. That something is not right here. This plaster needs to go. I didn't bother to get the ladder over to get these little pieces, on the tops of the windows and the door. But I'm mostly concerned with getting the big flat pieces off the walls before I get when I get the dumpster here. So that way all the big flat pieces you can just lay flat on the bottom and take up less space that way. Then just pile everything else, all the plaster and carpet and whatever else on top of that. So, there's, all the big pieces, a couple of the smaller pieces. As you can see, I also have a pile of all sorts of other crap in here. That's because when I first got here, that's right, I was poking around at one of the pieces of paneling in the kitchen, that paneling that I said I wanted to keep. Well, I was poking around at one of the pieces of that. Basically like like this part here, but without the, everything else being on top. Because it was the piece that was there was kind of bowed out away from the wall. And I noticed that little metal strip that was along the top popped off. And the metal strip that was going down the sides, it's kind of grooved, almost like it just slid into place. Well, I found out that it did not slide into, well, it probably did at one point, but it has all this putty or cement, whatever. It was basically glued into place. That paneling, that was not going to come off easy. It's a good thing I did not have my heart set on that. I would have liked to have it, but the explanation I got, it made sense. After we're all said and done with the construction, it's hard to tell if it'll fit, because it was cut to fit the first time. So it probably wasn't going to fit again. But it makes sense. And we can get new as long as I have an idea what I want. I'm sure I can find something similar to replace it. So, that led to, one thing led to another, and I ended up getting more into the kitchen here than I thought I would. Although the front room really didn't take too long. But look at this. This is multiple layers, at least 4 or 5 layers of home decorating renovation that was never torn down. It was like a history lesson in reverse. As you can see here, you have, there's the boards with, I guess that's the lath, then the plaster with wallpaper on top of that. Just clean my hands and I'm touching everything again. And then there was, I guess, drywall or sheetrock, whatever, on there. And with this wallpaper on it. And then on top of that was this wallpaper. And then this, I thought was just some textured paint, but I think it might have actually been a wallpaper of some sort that had been painted at one point, because as you can see where some of the boards and everything still were where that paneling still was. It's yellow and now it's green, but where that cabinet thing was on here, it's a lighter green. So I guess this was yellow and then 2 different colors of green. Sure. So, and then on the but behind the paneling, didn't have as much of the wallpaper and everything. It had wainscoting, which there's still some left over here. I was having a hard time getting those pieces out of there. I don't want to break the windowsill, and then over here I wasn't ready to mess with that 240 volt power outlet tonight, so I just got as much off around as I could, and that's what's left, but that'll be all right. And like my contractor had told me, he thought that there's probably not any insulation in the outside wall. I thought, nah, that can't be. But after with the dryer vent hole there and the hole that I accidentally broke through, I think he's probably right. And it even looks like this strip here, it looks like a different kind of wallpaper than what was over on the other side. I mean, maybe it's just a part that I hadn't seen yet. It's the same thing. It's up there. Well, what I showed you previously is the same thing. It's up there. I'm pretty certain that's yet another piece of wallpaper, right? Apparently, well, I guess this shouldn't be a surprise. People still do it today. They don't remove the old. They just put over top, and it's now get to rip it all apart and deal with it. I guess overall it's not that big of a deal. It's just it was funny. I was ripping through layers, thinking, okay, this is it. No, this is it. No. How far? We have to go deeper. How deep does it go? It's like Wallception. So I got part of the way around here. I didn't get into behind where the gun cabinet is there. I didn't get that because there's another vent in there which I'll have to, like that thing there. I had to take that apart to get everything that was behind it, because that's actually nailed into all that wainscoting and paneling and everything. All that was not cut around the vent. The vent was put over top of it. So there's another vent, and those the spigots, the pipes for the washer are back there, screwed into the wall, and they're very close to the wall as well. So I'll just have to do that on a day where I'm not as tired and I feel like taking my time to make sure I don't do anything to bust those pipes. Other than that, I got a little more of the plaster down off of there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the update for today. I get out of work at 1 o'clock tomorrow on Friday, so I'm probably gonna go get off work, get lunch, get changed, and head over and start ripping up the rest of these walls in here. Of course, all this paneling, I'm gonna have to start ripping out these cabinets, because it's all probably over top of the paneling that I got to get out of here. And I got some plans for moving furniture around, getting it to different places. But yeah, it's gonna take time. Maybe I'll talk about that in another update where there's not quite as much going on. I'd still like to show you around the house a little bit. Give you some of my ideas, what I want to do, and just show you some of the things I found. There are some odds and ends and little old knickknacks that I think are pretty neat. I don't know if they're how rare or anything they are, but I don't know. I like them. I think it's cool. So I've been actually started posting the updates. This will be the first update that hasn't been posted in the last day or so. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get a little more timely with my YouTube uploads. I had to actually verify my account so I could upload videos longer than 15 minutes. The very first video, 20 minutes, and it actually goes through the entire upload process, and then when it goes to publish it, then it tells you it can't do it. Yeah, when it's late at night and you're finally getting around to getting that done, that made me really happy. So thanks YouTube. There's a reason why a lot of people in the YouTube community they love the platform for what it does, for what you can do with it, but yeah, their policies leave something to be desired. But that's not really for this series. I guess I'll probably also make another. I want to get into YouTube a little bit more. Make some like music reviews, beer reviews, cooking things, and just any other thing I want to rant about. As you can see, apparently I can get off on a tangent. So I'll just have to get good at it and see what I can do. But yeah, this series though, I want to keep it focused on the house. So yeah, I guess that's about it for tonight. I'll wrap it up here. Have a good night. See ya.